on. Welcome to the Hoop Threads podcast. Here with another prospect spotlight with 2028 wing, 6'5", plays for New Heights and Blair Academy. Ian Archbold. Ian, how are we feeling today?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. How was the hoop group tournament you just got back from? It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Good bump up there. All right, man. Let's get it going. We'll start with the warm up, just kind of some light questions, and we'll get to the heavy hit and stuff. So, what's your favorite sports drink?
My favorite sports drink is probably Gatorade, blue Gatorade to be specific.
Nice. Okay. PS5, Xbox, or PC?
I don't play video games a lot, but when I do play video games on my brother's PS5, I feel like PS5 is the best.
Okay. What are you guys playing and who's winning?
Recently we've been playing a lot of NCAA 25 and I win all the time.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to check in with him on that part. What's the best basketball shoe and best non-hooping shoe?
Basketball shoe, I have to say KD's, specifically KD threes. I feel like those are my favorite basketball shoes. And then non-hooping shoes, I really like Jordan 4s.
Okay. Favorite basketball environment to play in?
Um, I feel like I really like Spooky Nook in Pennsylvania. I
Hmm.
feel like that's one of the best environments to play in.
Hmm. Okay. Any reason why?
Um, no, no reason why. I just feel like Spooky Nook, it attracts a large crowd, so you're always playing in front of a lot of people. It's always fun.
It's a special energy in there. So many people in the gym. Tell me about your first dunk.
My first dunk was probably this time last year. Playing in a summer league tournament here out in Staten Island. On a fast break, got the ball passed out to me. First dunk, a little one hand rim grazer a little bit. So it was cool. It was cool. A lot of people in the crowd were happy for me because I've been trying that for a while. So
Did you get video of it?
yeah, I got a video. It's actually on my Instagram.
There you go. To check in on that. All right, man. So let's get into the meat and potatoes type questions. So, how did you get started in the game? Did your family play? Kind of talk about your kind of beginnings in the game of basketball.
I feel like I was kind of bored into the game a little bit. My older brother, he plays with Curtis High School, so and my dad, he played at Virginia Tech. So I feel like always just following in my brother's footsteps and my brother following my dad's footsteps, just always being around a basketball, always going to the practices, workouts, and just being around basketball, putting shots up on an open rim. So I feel like I've always started.
Your father coached you too, right?
Yeah, my dad coaches my brother actually at Curtis. So
Hmm.
ever since I was little, he's been coaching. So yeah.
Nice, nice. That's fun. Um, how even have the one games been? When was the first time you beat your older brother?
I don't think I've ever beat my older brother actually,
Oh,
but I haven't played him in a very long while. So have to revisit that.
yeah, man. You might have to. Who do you model your game after?
I feel like I model my game after Kevin Durant a little bit, as well as probably like Paul George. Um, Paul George, I feel like he could score and play defense. He's a two-way player, so I feel like I would like to do that like as I develop. But I feel like Katie's scoring ability is something that I really want to work on and get better at, so I could be a scorer like Katie.
He's from my area, man, from the DMV. It's
Yeah.
like water down here. Let's you were just talking about some parts of your game right now that you want to work on. Let's talk about your strengths and your weaknesses. So do a self-scout for me and let me know what are some things that you feel really comfortable with, and then some of the things that you've been working on.
I feel like my biggest strengths as a basketball player are probably my IQ, my ability to attack the basket. My passing ability is really strong. Um, I feel like I rebound really well, and I play I play I play good defense.
Okay, cool. I haven't seen you a ton. I did see you play, I think, two or three times the NCAA Academy, but kind of in my viewings, I think the either, it was either at the rim, finishing, which was good with like you said, the rebounding, putbacks. I think you had a dunk in transition against Indiana Elite. That was probably the best game I see you had because I think you hit two, you had a wing three and then a corner three as well. And then like you said, active defensively. I think working on like you have a pretty strong frame, especially for a prospect this young. I think kind of like working on the fluidity in your hips as far as, doing some sort of yoga or something like that, so that you're able to kind of move a little bit better laterally to stick with the guard positions below you. Um, and then also just working on the ball handling to get to your spots. Because I think right now you're pretty efficient with your dribble. Like, I mean, if you need to dribble, it's only once or twice to get to the rim. You're not really dribbling the air out of the ball. But if you're trying to score like KD, the handle's definitely got to come along for sure. So, how do you prepare for each game, like the day of? Kind of take me through your routine if you have one.
I feel like I always got to eat something. I don't really have a specific meal, but I feel like I always have to eat probably like 3 or 4 hours before the game, and then probably like the remainder of the time before the game, I like to listen to a lot of music, just lock in mentally for the game, like stretch out a lot.
Okay, gotcha. No, those are good habits to build. I actually didn't ask you this beforehand, so I don't know the answer to it. During the live period, did you play with Blair? Like, have you played with them already, or is it just kind of summer league stuff?
Yeah, I play with them in the June life period.
Okay, talk about some differences in the game at the high school level, versus the middle school level you're coming from.
I feel like middle school and high school are very different. I feel like the speed of the game is the biggest difference in between the two. Just having to run down the floor as fast as you can is very different from middle school basketball. And I feel like yeah, so that's the biggest difference.
Talk about the difference in role. It's kind of difficult to say this because you haven't, the rotations haven't worked out yet. The tryouts haven't even happened yet. But talk about the difference in role between your AAU team and what you kind of expect in your first year at Blair.
I feel like my role on my AU team, New Heights, is more of to be like a scorer or like to control, not to control the offense, but when I have the ball in my hands, like more of like a facilitator for the team, find the open guys while also attacking the basket 90% of the time. So I feel like when I arrive at Blair, I feel like my role is going to change more to like I'm still going to be attacking the basket, but I'm more be like spot up shooting. So I feel like that's one of the bigger differences.
Want to know the easiest way to earn minutes?
What?
Guard everybody, guard like playing defense at a high level and moving the ball and finding the open man, but taking those shots when they do come to you. It's really hard to keep good defenders off the floor. Is something that's reigned true in my experience. Talk about choosing Blair. Like you said, your father coaches your older brother. I'm sure you had some pretty good options in the area. Talk about choosing Coach Mantegna and Blair Academy.
I feel like Blair was really a great fit for me, somewhere where I could develop, get better, while also being looked at by multiple Division I schools. I feel like Coach Mantegna, I have a good relationship with Coach Mantegna, and I feel um, like the team as well as Coach Mantegna will develop me and just get me to where I want to be in the next few years. But also, hopefully, winning another state championship.
Hmm. Okay. Talk about what went into choosing New Heights and kind of playing with them and how that year went on the EYBL circuit.
I've been with New Heights since seventh grade, started seventh grade year. So I feel like I really chose New Heights because, again, my development. I wanted to focus on getting better, getting my jump shot better. So New Heights was the best option for that. They had a brand new facility at the time, so working out there a lot, get practicing there a lot. It was just the best decision for my development, getting better, getting ready for high school.
Okay. Talk about a time that you faced adversity and some of the tools that you used to navigate through that time period.
Adversity. I would go back to when I joined New Heights. I was coming off of a smaller AU team called EP. So I feel like when I was first when I first had the opportunity to join New Heights, I feel like it was kind of hard for me leaving my team, and I feel like when I did make this decision to leave, it was kind of hard to, what's the word, to
Adjust.
adjust. Yeah, to adjust being the new guy, and adjusting to the already established team. So I feel like that was one of the that was diversity that I had to face. And I feel like one thing that I did to really get over that hump was kind of just like being as vocal as possible, communicating with my new teammates, getting to know everybody. So they can like me more, really.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're gonna
Make it
experience
easier.
more of that in the fall. So it's
Yeah, make it easier on the court.
there you go. Okay. Tell me about your gym schedule. What parts of your game do you feel like you've been working on the most, and what do you feel like you've added to your game since the end of your eighth grade season?
On my gym schedule, I'm in the gym probably 4 to 5 times a week. Um, like I said, New Heights has a facility, as well as my dad being a coach at Curtis. I have two gyms that I have pretty much 24-hour access to. So I feel like I get in the gym a lot with my dad and my brother over at Curtis, working on a lot of ball handling, shooting, and then same thing at New Heights, ball handling and shooting, as well as they have a weight room at the facility, so getting stronger. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. What do you do that makes you stand out from the competition, and how do you think you'll contribute to winning at the high school level and beyond?
Wait, can you ask that again? Sorry.
It's all good. What do you do that makes you stand out from the competition, and how will you contribute to winning at the high school level and beyond?
I feel like my IQ really, really makes me stand out, kind of knowing the game, make being able to make the right reads. So I feel like making the right reads will really help me next year. Being able to know when I have to shoot, pass, or like whatever I have to do on the court.
Okay. One thing I'd recommend, man, when you're watching film, when you're watching the players that you enjoy watching, watch them when they're off the ball, what they're doing as far as getting open. How they time their cuts, the way that they come off their cuts. There's a lot of stuff that you can gain by looking at individual players versus just watching a basketball game to watch a basketball game. I'm sure you do most of that already, though, with your pops. Tell me a part of your game that you feel like flies under the radar or is undervalued.
Under the radar. I feel like my shooting ability. I feel like since it's kind of new to my game, I've been working on it a lot in the past year. So I feel like especially because of my size, people underestimate my shooting ability. So I feel like that's a little bit underrated.
Okay. So as far as physical spots on the floor, so like wing, top of the key, corner, elbows, short corner, stuff like that. What physical spots on the floor do you feel the most comfortable right now, and where do you feel the least comfortable from?
I feel the most comfortable on the wing. I could go right or left. I could create space for myself to score, or get my teammates better. And
Mhm.
I feel least comfortable probably at the top of the key, maybe. Um, just yeah, I feel like I would say top of the key.
Just so many players moving around you. Is that why, or
Yeah, I guess so.
just
In
the
a way.
shooting angle at the rim is weird?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So rank these three in order of, importance to you. So one being the most important, and then kind of working your way down.
Mhm.
Game-winning assist, game-winning bucket, game-winning defensive stop.
I would probably say number one, game winning assist, two game winning defensive stop, and three game winning shot.
Okay. So what are some things that matter to you on and off the floor as far as values? Is it trust? Is it respect? Is it vocal leadership? Is it leading by example? Accountability? What are some things that matter to you on and off the floor?
I feel like, you mean with my teammates?
With your teammates, with your coaches, with your classmates, with your friends, with your family, what are some things that are important to you? Values.
I would probably say um a lot of communication. I feel like I like to communicate and talk with like people like off the court.
Okay, gotcha.
Off the court.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's talk about some interests and hobbies. What are some things that you're doing when you're not playing basketball and not working out?
I feel like I like to hang out with my friends a lot, as well as I really like photography and film. I feel
Hmm,
like that's a hobby I really like.
okay.
As well
Anything?
as cooking, I can cook a little bit. A little.
What dishes are you making?
Uh, right now, my favorite dish to probably make is just something simple like a grilled cheese. I feel like I make a really good grilled cheese.
I got you. Okay, so we'll add some more complex stuff to your arsenal down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So if basketball didn't work out, God forbid you had a career-ending injury tomorrow, what would your plan be moving forward in life?
I feel like my plan B right now is I really like law. Um, so I feel like being a lawyer or a judge would probably be my plan B, working towards that.
Okay. You big CSI guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chicago PD, stuff like that.
There you go. Okay. Give me some of your goals for this season, team goals, individual goals, personal goals. What do you got on the radar for this upcoming year?
I feel like my individual goal is to improve my ball handling a lot, be able to kind of fit into the point guard position a little bit, like one to two, three guard. And I feel like probably the team goal, my high school season, or the high school season, I feel like the team goal would of course be to win the state championship, and AAU would be probably to win Peach Jam. So those are my team goals and individual goals.
You guys have a nice group, man. It was always, really fun watching you guys this year. What has been your happiest moment on a basketball court?
Happiest moment on the bat. I feel like winning the Made Hoops championship would probably be my happiest.
Who'd you guys beat?
We beat CP3.
Okay, got you. They've always got some good young talent down there in the hoop state. What sets New York City basketball apart from the rest of the country?
What'd you say?
What sets, New York City area basketball in New Jersey? What sets like that apart from other hotbeds across the country? So like what do we see in, New York City and New Jersey players versus, DMV guys, Texas, California, Florida?
I feel like the toughness and grit in a lot of and New York City basketball is very separate from the rest of the country. I feel like the this tri-state area plays with a lot of toughness and a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Hmm.
Um, just being from New York, yeah, I feel like that's something you got to have.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many different players in your area too, because there's a big population area for sure too. Last question, man. Really appreciated the time. What is your why? Why do you work so hard at the game? Why do you make so many sacrifices? Why is it, important to you? Kind of talk about what your why is.
I feel like my why would be like why I play basketball. I just want to, or why I work so hard. I want to be able to put my family in the best position possible. Um, retire my parents, just be really successful and make my family successful as well. So I feel like that's my why.
Perfect. I really appreciate the time, man. Looking forward to watching you grow the next 4 years. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.